Hello, Delmarva. I'm Marilyn Hastings from Seaford, here at WBOC's historic Studio D. Delmarva Life starts right now.
So much, Marilyn. We're going to talk with her in just a bit. She's going to show us how to make some yummy food. Oh, yeah. It is Monday, March 12th. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hoppa. Welcome to Delmarva Life from historic Studio D. We got to say good afternoon and welcome to this wonderful studio audience that we've got today. Look at these guys.
We've got a great show ahead today, but we're all still trying to get used to daylight saving time.
How many forgot to set their clock, and how many were late Sunday morning? So about half. That wasn't too bad.
Not bad at all.
I remember to set the clocks the night before, but you didn't do so well.
Well, yeah, it wasn't so much setting the clocks, it was just waking up.
Waking up.
Yeah, I don't know, and I still had a hard time this morning waking up and getting moving. I mean, the Monday after you change the clocks is the hardest because the kids have to get into a different routine.
Schedule,
you know, you're telling them, no, your body says it's this time, but it's really this time, and it was a rough morning.
And the experts are saying it's hardest on all of us all the way into Tuesday. And got into a conversation with somebody this morning. Why daylight saving time in the first place? Anybody know? Yeah, I see lots of nods. To save energy.
Save energy.
For some reason, I was thinking it had to do with the kids at the school bus.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that was like a side thing.
Yeah, I think that they messed with it a little bit in the 70s, and I just remember waiting for the bus in the dark when they were kind of experimenting back and forth with it.
Do you know when it was first introduced as an idea?
No.
1784.
Really?
Benjamin Franklin came up with the idea. He was 78 years old. I figure anytime he could save it all was probably what he was going for. But, did you have a good weekend?
I did have a good weekend.
I had a great weekend, and that's going to start our hot topics this afternoon. As a matter of fact, Saturday evening, I got to go to the Tidewater Inn in Easton for Dancing for the Dogs to benefit the Dorchester, Talbot, and Caroline Humane Societies. These are the Talbot Tappers. I don't know if we can hang on to this picture for just a second, but you see the lady there in the front?
I'm looking at you in the back.
No, don't look at me in the back. The lady there in the front. I fell in love that night. I swear she was at least 6'6".
Oh, really? Did Carol meet her as well?
No. I made sure to tell her before it got any farther. But anyway, Talbot Tappers, this was one of the performances. The Eastern Shore Dance Academy, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Also performing there after the competition. This is the Midshore Dance Academy. They did some beautiful, beautiful dancing. And then there was Kim Kilmer and Seaweed. Seaweed is actually a show dog. And what a wonderful group, what a wonderful audience. Everybody was clapping for the dancers and hooting and hollering during the competition. It was absolutely wonderful. And we had to have everybody calm down and quiet down while Seaweed performed so Seaweed wouldn't be distracted.
Right.
Actually raised $70,000 for the 3 minutes. Wonderful, wonderful event.
And you wear a tough swell, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But Amanda Shaw Cook and Peggy Geisler put together a wonderful event, and they're already taking orders for next year's tickets.
Next year. So it's going to be, I tell you what, $70,000. That's a lot of money.
$70,000 bucks.
Hey, today's a day a lot of people in Salisbury have been waiting for. There's a new steakhouse opening up. It actually opened up this morning. The Longhorn Steakhouse ribbon cutting was this morning in Salisbury. It's in front of the center of Salisbury, the center at Salisbury. And you know, the reason we find this so interesting, the reason I find it so interesting is in order to build this restaurant in between the Red Lobster and the Olive Garden, they had to fill in a hole that they had previously dug.
Yeah.
I just find that amazing in a place that's
It sounds like an old
flat.
boot camp joke, doesn't it? Dig that hole. Fill that hole in. What are you doing digging that hole? I know there was a reason for it, but I have absolutely no idea what it was.
They had a retention pond there, and I guess they moved the pond, but they wanted that restaurant right there in the middle between Olive Garden and Red Lobster, and it's open right now.
So, Great deals going on today. Be sure to stop by.
Go and have some steak.
Another one opening soon, not yet, is the Evolution Brewing Company.
Evo, yeah.
Evo. They're opening in the old, anybody remember the old Ready Ice plant in Salisbury?
Yeah, I do.
Right across from the hospital, PRMC. They've been working out of that facility. Actually, what they did was they tried to strike a deal with the city of Salisbury for the old railroad station in Salisbury. Couldn't work that deal out, so they ended up opening in Delmar. Outgrew that place in like a year, and they've been working on this, so they should be open in just a few weeks.
I just think it's so wonderful when they reuse a building rather than tearing it down and building a new one. I love that.
Great restaurant, everything.
Can't wait to go there.
Going to be nice.
We have a picture that from Facebook of the Ocean City Boardwalk. Take a look. You know they're doing the renovation project this year.
Right.
And putting new boards down, and it's looking good.
It is looking good.
Yeah, this picture was taken last week, and it was on the Citizens for Ocean City Facebook page, and I wanted everyone to see it because I haven't been down there recently since last fall. So that's something we can look forward to, and all the tourists can look forward to when they head to Ocean City this year, the brand new Boardwalk. That's exciting.
It's going to be great. Nice, smooth ride for the tram. Thank you very much. We were talking about PRMC. The Medical Center and the Wycomico County Board of Education announcing 3-time United States Olympic gold medal winner. You perhaps recognize this name and probably the face. She's also a health advocate, Dominique Dawes.
Yeah, she's going to be at the Healthfest that happens March 31st at James M. Bennett High School in Salisbury. It's from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. I said that, James and Bennett High School, right?
Right.
Okay. So you ever say something and you say, did I say that or not?
Did I just think it?
Did I just think it? I said it out loud. But yeah, that's a great health fest. I've been to it several times. You can go in there and get all kinds of checks and everything.
And screenings.
And screenings and so on and so forth.
Just simply a good idea.
Encourage everyone to go through that. And of course, Dominique Dawes is going to be there. When she was Olympic gold medalist in the '96 Olympics, was that it?
Why, yes,
I'm putting
Lisa.
you on the spot, aren't I?
Well, let me ask you, because we were talking all last week about this robotics contest.
Yeah.
What's
Okay,
happening?
well, last week I was telling you about the Wycomico County robotics team. They're called RoboSpectrum. They traveled to Baltimore this weekend for a competition, regional competition for the first robotics team. This is actually when they were working on the robot at Parkside High School. That's where they met. Well, they went to their competition. The first day, which I believe was Friday of competition, the robot came in 13th place out of like 63 robots. That is really, really good.
Awesome.
But then the final on Saturday, they had a few problems. The robot actually broke down, so they, it was a heartbreaker. But they still got second alternate for the World Championship, which is in St. Louis.
Even with the broken down robot.
Even with the broken down robot.
My goodness.
So yeah. And by the way, I didn't mention this last week, but the team named the robot Alice in honor of former teacher Alice Davis, who unfortunately died last year. She was murdered. So Alice did really well up until the end there, but I think congratulations are in order for RoboSpectrum.
That is awesome.
Those kids worked so hard on that robot. Lots of long, late nights building a robot.
It just amazes me. They did so well, and the robot broke down. Can you imagine what? I don't even want to imagine what could have happened with that one. Anybody in Ocean City over the weekend? The reason I ask is it was very, very important because there were 3 inflatable pools full of gorp there.
Gorp?
Gorp.
What's gorp?
Anybody know what gorp is? Nobody knows what gorp is? Oh, come on.
No, I don't know what gorp is. What is gorp?
It's a trail mix, good old-fashioned raisins and peanuts. Well, anyway, the reason the Girl Scouts were in Ocean City over the weekend celebrating their anniversary, 100 years for Girl Scouts in general, and for the Chesapeake Bay Area Girl Scout Alliance. No, that's not the right word. I'll think of the right word at the wrong time. But anyway, 50 years for them.
Girl Scouts of the Chesapeake Bay.
Girl Scouts of the Chesapeake Bay, but there's another word. I can't think of it.
Council.
Thank you. Annie, the producer, came through and came up with the important words that Hoppa had no clue. But big time at Ocean City over the weekend, and they broke a world record. They set a new world record for how much gorp, good old raisins and peanuts, they had. They had 3 inflatable pools full.
Wow. What a great deal.
I'll dive right into that.
Yeah. Hey, we talked about this last week, and last night the interview with Bobbi Christina aired on Oprah. Anybody see that? The 2-hour interview, show by hands? No, nobody saw it. Probably because we all went to bed because we were
like,
so tired.
What, almost 2 hours long, I think.
Yeah. Well, Whitney Houston's daughter had the interview last night with Oprah. She says she talks to her mom in spirit. And the night after Whitney died, Bobbi says she couldn't sleep in her mother's mansion, but the next morning Bobbi says she heard her mom say, "All right, come home now." And when I came home, I felt humble, I felt okay. So it sounds like Bobbi Kristina is doing okay after the death of her mother, Whitney Houston.
And there was some discussion this morning around the table. She's wanting to change her name.
Bobbi Kristina wants to change her name to Christina Houston, which means she wants to get rid of...
Drop the Bobbi.
The Bobbi and the Brown.
And the Brown.
Her dad's Bobby Brown. She wanted to do this before her mother's death, but her mother said, no, he is your father. You're going to keep the name. But she's 19. She can do it.
She's going to do what she wants.
She's an adult, so she may be changing her name to Christina Houston in honor of her mother.
How about that? Economic recovery. I was unaware of this until this morning. A lot of people have been calling it the he-covery.
He-covery?
He-covery, because so many men were going back to work at such an exponential number over women.
Yeah.
Now there is talk that it may actually be turning into a she-covery.
A she-covery.
Apparently the latest numbers came out. Only 83,000 men went to work in the last couple of months. 192,000 women went back to work.
You know what that is. A lot of the stay-at-home moms are the women who maybe didn't work. I bet you're heading back into the workplace because of the economy. Yeah. That's what it's turning into.
So does that mean hubby staying home being a
I don't think so.
No.
I think we just have two more, or we have more two-income families out there.
I'll bet you're right.
Yeah. Speaking of mommy, we have a video that we watched this morning and we want to show to you.
Awesome.
You know, a lot of people keep track of pregnancies, and you know, you can do it online, you can do it with the journal, you can do all kinds of things to keep track of your pregnancy. Well, this couple did something rather unique. They made a time-lapse video, and we're going to show it to you right now. Isn't that adorable? Little Amaya, mom and dad have something for her to watch all of her life.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
And you said that had to take a lot of planning.
That had to take a lot of planning. And I don't know if you noticed this, maybe because I'm a woman, I noticed it, but only her belly grew. I would never do that when I was pregnant, because you would see other parts of me just...
You weren't really expecting me to say anything, were
No, you took
I'm so glad.
You took the safe route. You've been married long enough to know. You just keep your mouth shut on that one.
Still sweating bullets. Still ahead on Delmarva Life. There are a couple of local libraries that want you to stick your nose in a good book.
That's right. Up next, more details on this book and the big read. Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future, and Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897.